You know my name. Honey, you know my name. I'm famous for my rooftop bath. My name is Bathsheba. Oh, I missed Uriah that night. Uriah, my husband, was gone to war. And I missed him. I wanted him there with me. I wanted him to hold me. I wanted a baby. I wanted to become a mother. I wanted someone to hold in my arms while he was off to war. Was that asking too much? I didn't think so. And I only went up on the roof to cool off. It was a warm night. David King saw me. I don't know what he was doing home that night. He was usually with the armies. He was usually out in the battle. But he was home, and he saw me, and he sent for me. And I couldn't refuse him. He's the king. And I went. Oh, the palace was gorgeous that night with all the candles lit. His bedchamber smelled divine. It smelled of cinnamon and myrrh and frankincense. It was wonderful. And David knew exactly what to say. His words were just pleasant to my ears. Oh, we had a night. What a night. Before long I knew that I was going to be a mother. I was going to be a mother of David's child. I told him. He sent for Uriah to come home from the battle. And Uriah came, but he refused to go in that night. He wouldn't come in the house. He said, I can't do that. My men, my fellow warriors are out in the field. How can I go in and sleep with my wife? I'm not doing it. The next night, when David heard that he hadn't covered their sin, he got Uriah drunk. And he thought, surely he'll go in now and sleep with his wife. But Uriah still would not. He still would not. There was nothing left for David to do but send him to the front lines, have him killed. Oh, what people do to cover their sins. One sin leads to another. They say that sin takes you farther than you ever wanted to go. It makes you stay longer than you ever wanted to stay, and it makes you pay more than you ever wanted to pay. When my baby was born, I loved that little baby so much. My mother's heart was so touched with it. But soon the baby died. David was so sad. He had fasted for a week for the health of that baby, but God didn't heal. We were heartbroken. Heartbroken. I didn't realize that my sin would affect my children. Now, everything that happens to our children is not always the mother's fault. But in my case, maybe it was. Maybe what I do does affect my children. And God turned it around for Bathsheba. God gave her, after the little baby that was conceived in sin after it died, God gave her and David another son named Solomon. And you know that Solomon did great things. Solomon was the wisest man ever. He was the richest probably ever. And he built the temple for God. Have you read lately of that temple? It was so magnificent. It just blows my mind when I read of that beautiful temple that Solomon built, but God gave the directions to David, his father, and David passed it on to his son. Now, from Solomon came Jesus. He was a direct line that Jesus, our Savior, came from Solomon. So I'd say that God turned it around for Joe's wife, for Bathsheba, and for Eve, all of them.